Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to another great episode of Hollywood After Dark, episode 75 for the 12th of September 2021. Today is an interesting day, folks. We're going to be talking about Shang-Chi, kick-ass second day weekend, but potential trouble in paradise in the Middle Kingdom. That and a whole hell of a lot more coming up right now. Hey, what's going on, everyone? How you guys doing? Welcome to the show tonight. I know I'm on camera. We'll see how this goes. Hopefully it will hold. If not, then I'll have to go back to it. I'm trying. I'm hoping to God StreamYard actually does what it's supposed to do and work. We'll have to wait and see how that goes tonight. But anyway, I hope you're all having a great day. It is Sunday night. The Emmys are happening right now. A lot to talk about on that front. But before we dive into everything, I do got to go through the rigmarole of the show, and that, of course, is giving a shout out here to my channel members. You guys are fantastic. There is apparently a name I need to add to this. It's Real Elmo Cinema. I spaced on that. My bad, buddy. My bad. But don't worry, I'll have that in there for tomorrow. But you guys are great. You guys keep the show afloat, and for that, I am very happy. And if you want to get your name up on this list, if you want to show your support to the podcast, you can do that by becoming a channel member. Or super chatting. Channel member gets you on the list here, getting a chance to win this Jackie Chan Drunken Master 2 excellent Blu-ray from the Blu-ray from the Warner Archive Collection. Yeah, Warners, who doesn't love them all the time? You guys can do that by becoming a channel member, dropping a super chat, or joining the Patreon, patreon.com/Matt Jarbo. Great way to do that. And then, of course, if you want to help support some of my other side projects, one of the interesting ones is the story about why Ronald McDonald was fired from McDonald's back in 2016. Link for that is in the video description. Give it a shot. Check it out. Stranger Days. All right, shilling's out of the way. We're done with it. It's happened. It's over. We're moving on with our days. Why don't we take a quick look here at the chat, see what everyone is up to. H-Parts with $2 right off the bat. Bury Elmo, he anti-vaccine. I don't want to bury Elmo. Here's the thing. Damn it, Elmo, get vaxxed. All right? Don't take no ivermectin. Don't take no horse paste. Get vaxxed. Get the jab. Get the poke. Get the cure. Get the vaccine. Live. Damn it. Live, Elmo. Live to watch Bond movies another day. Elmo, get it. You'll be happy. Although Elmo here does say, stop saying that shit. And apparently I missed a super chat from William here. Let me get to this one here right quick. It says, if studios can't draw on China revenue, it could make direct-to-streaming dominance all that more inevitable. Here's the thing. Yes and no. Yes and no, William. And the reason why it's yes and no, it has a lot to do with the fact that, in my mind at least, China is starting to isolate itself. It's not Hollywood's fault. Hollywood can make money without China. It's doable. It's doable. It's not the easiest thing on the planet, but it's doable if it's done right. Joker did it. Look at Deadpool, Venom. Those have both done over $800 million. Not going to China. So it can be done. It's just a bit of a bitch. But maybe streaming is going to be where things are at anyway. We'll be talking about the Paramount thing too. So we'll definitely be going through there. All right, here, let me see. We got Geeks, we got Donovan, we got H-Bars, we got RJ, Lord Slug, Slick Rick, Jess here. A lot of you guys in the chat. Real Elmo is here as well. I know he's talking a little bit of trash there. Let's see. Yvonne here. What's going on? Carlos, how you doing? Anthony here says this lost his aunt today. She was mad young man. I'm sorry to hear that, buddy. My girlfriend just had a death in her family as well. It's been happening. Very sad. And of course, yesterday being 9/11, the 20th anniversary of 9/11, that was a big one as well. I didn't stream last night. I needed a bit of a break, but, it was a day of reflection. You know what I mean? I'm not going to lie. It was a bit of a day of reflection on that one. Looking at the whole, the last 20 years on that front, what came from it, what caused it, where things went, where things are going. It's a mess. And the sad reality of it is there have been, innumerable deaths stemmed from that event, not just here on our soil, but across the world. And that sucks. That really, really, really sucks. Slick Rick here, I agree. Yes, rip for our fallen heroes, 100%. And definitely, let's hope it never happens again. All right. The Quarter Pounder said, not sure why the Fandom Menace is celebrating China censorship. Because, look, man, I'm not trying to dive in all that. I do have one subject that is going to be something the Fandom Menace are going to touch upon, obviously, down the road. But it doesn't matter what it is that's negative. They just want to latch onto it. That's all it really is, right? I mean, look, we watched the Alex Jones thing from the other night. Full on mask off. No question about it. Full on mask off. They sat there like a bunch of just like, smiling chuckle fucks that were just like, please, Daddy Alex, tell me what I need to know. Please, Daddy Alex, make sure just tap me on the head when you're going to come. That's it. That's all that happened. They're just sitting like a bunch of slack-jawed yokels. Just rename them all Cletus. My God, that was bad. My God, that was bad. So anyway, I know it's all crazy shit, guys. Why don't we just start off with the stories? There's a lot to get through tonight, actually, to be honest with you guys, a lot to get through. And all things considered, I'm a little queasy. My doctor is up one of my medications, and I'm having a bit of an adverse effect to it. So I don't know how long I am going to be able to go tonight. Hopefully it will allow me to get through pretty well on it. But I just want you guys to know what's going on with that one there. If I start getting kind of ill, it's just because I've got my doctor up my meds, or it could be the flu shot. I have no idea. It's not the coof. I know that much. It's a stomach issue. But anyway, there is, Josh here says, yeah, the Alex Jones thing and completely trashing the KOTOR remake. It's been a hell of a week for them. Oh yeah. No, I know. I know. See, here's the thing with that. I'm not a big Sam Maggs fan. All right. I don't like Sam Maggs. I think she's a bit of a Chicken Little at times, that being said, like she's a writer at Aspire, whatever the name of the company is. They're going to be reworking side quests or reworking some dialogue, updating some stuff. I highly doubt it's going to be what people out there are trying to claim that it is. It's just another reason to attack something and to crap on something because that's all they got. I, for one, am wholly excited for the KOTOR remake, and I know it's a timed exclusive to the PlayStation 5, but now I have to get a PlayStation 5 for like that and Spider-Man 2, Wolverine, Spider-Man Miles Morales, whatever else the exclusives they got, Horizon Forbidden West, whatever the next Last of Us multiplayer is going to be. I mean, there's going to be a lot of stuff there. So, I know RJ says here, Sam Maggs is part of the Ratchet and Clank ripped apart and did not ruin that game. It is way too early to judge if she's ruining the remake anyway. Yeah, you're right. And she also worked on the Spider-Man DLC, which that came under fire back in 2018 when it came out that she was a part of that. There was criticism at that as well. And then that came and went, no problem. No one cared. You know what I mean? So it's not the same thing. All right. It's not the same thing. At all. All right. Quarter Pounder here says, after Alex Jones, I don't think anyone working in Hollywood collab with them. Well, the only person working in Hollywood, like actively working on something in Hollywood, in my opinion, is Robert Meyer Burnett. And last night he retweeted something that to me very much felt like a condemnation of what they had said, of what was going on, because he's tight with heel versus babyface. He's gone on Midnight's Edge quite a bit. He operates in the Fandom Menace pretty often, but he also, he's got his own thing and he's actively worked in the industry for a long time. And that kind of felt like he was like throwing out like a kind of an FU sort of thing without actively saying it. So we'll have to wait and see how that goes. We will have to see how that goes. But all right, let's let me just quickly get a snapshot of the timestamp here so I know exactly what I'm talking about. But let's start off with some good news tonight. Let's start off talking about something that I'm very happy to report, and that, of course, is The Mandalorian, Emmy winner. Emmy winner here, right? Congratulations to the creative team behind The Mandalorian on its 7 Emmy Award wins. 7 wins across music composition. That's right. The score for the show won best, like it won music. Ludwig Sorensen, whatever his name is, he won. Prosthetic makeup for not only Ahsoka Tano, but all the other stuff as well. Cinematography, stunt performance, stunt coordination, special visual effects, and sound mixing. That, of course, is an absolute win, 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 win. I'm throwing up the dubs, baby. Throwing up the dubs. Flat out. Flat out, that's amazing. So here's the other thing with that too, and this is what's really gonna piss off some people. Who is the executive producer of that show? Who greenlit that show? Right? Maybe. You know what? Maybe it's little Kathy Kennedy, right? Little Miss, she's just a coffee girl. All she did is out there and she just derp. Yeah. Yeah, I hate to break it to you guys. It's a big week of L's for a particular group of people out there. Miss KK walk home with the Emmys. 7 of them under her leadership. That is not that. Here's the thing with that. Normally, like something like HBO would. Look, it won. I don't know. I don't remember what won Best Dramatic, to be honest with you. But reality of it is, a lot of these guys, like this is a big thing for them. Yeah, everyone here is like Kathleen Kennedy. Jesse here says winner, chicken. Add me back to the stream. There we go. No, but it's true. Like winner, chicken dinner. Absolutely, man. You gotta make sure on that crap you pay attention, because that's a big factor. You know what I mean? Like this is a huge thing for not only Kathy, but for like the studio itself, because walking in and dominating the Emmys, and it's not just them. I'll talk about the other one here in a second. It's not just them, but oops. Sorry, guys. I had to refresh something and it booted me out. But anyway, what I was trying to say here is like it's a good thing for Kathy that this is going on, because that shows that there is legitimacy in the organization, and that there is legitimacy in everything else that's going to be happening. So obviously they're on the right track. That means that the budget's going to still be able to be used, that no one's going to be fighting them if they're winning the awards. Yes, that was actually my fault, RJ. I hit something and it refreshed the page. So yeah. So anyway, we got all that stuff. Yeah, I see here the quarter pounder says Doomcock Copenhagen. Doomcock he's gonna have to come up with something, folks. He's gonna have to come up with something. We don't know what it is yet, but it's gonna be something. With any luck, it's gonna be something hysterical. But anyway, look, like I'm saying, to kind of wrap up this section here, Star Wars winning this many Emmys is fantastic, because that again gives credence to not only what Jon Favreau is doing, what Dave Filoni is doing, what the team at Lucasfilm is doing. It's going to show that there is legitimacy in streaming for Disney Plus, and there's legitimacy in streaming for Star Wars live action content. Not only that, but you get the amount of budget needed for the volume and the technology they're able to play around with that. This won a lot of technical awards. It didn't win like, best actor, best drama series, things like that, but it doesn't matter. The show has got the heart of the fans, 100%, but the technology is amazing. So that's something there to consider, where this is actually a really good thing for Star Wars fans and Star Wars in general, because you can't deny an Emmy win. I've seen people out there say, but it's just what, it's just Hollywood giving it to Hollywood. It doesn't even really matter. You know what? To an extent, you're not wrong, but no one is going to care. It just doesn't work that way, man. It doesn't work that way at all. So let's talk about the other big winner tonight, in my opinion, coming off of this particular train. And that, of course, is Marvel Studios has won its first ever Emmy win as WandaVision pulls in 3 Emmys for The House of Mouse. Best production design, best fantasy / sci-fi costumes, and best music and lyrics for Agatha All Along, which is fantastic. And I mean, again, showing you the success of these Disney Plus, these exclusive streaming only shows, it really does go to show you exactly the type of content they're creating over there and the amount of work and care and love that's going into it. There are reasons why certain people attempting to attack it is not working, because people out there are just not caring about that at this point in time. They're not, there's so much love for this stuff that these attacks are falling on deaf ears. So yeah, Protos here says Disney killing it, dude. 100% Disney's killing it. That of course is just like, they're winning in the technical side of things. And as it gets better, as stories go on, expect there to be a lot of wins on that department. A lot of wins on that department. And I, for one, am very excited to see what exactly is going to be happening next. Of course, I want to hear what you guys are thinking about this yourself, because again, it's so nice to see these guys actually pull off a couple wins, because it just validates it. And then again, it validates it in my mind too. I'll be honest with you guys on that one. But let's talk about the other thing here that I think a lot of people are excited for. And this was teased tonight. This was absolutely teased tonight. We've got the first trailer for Hawkeye for Disney Plus dropping in the morning. This is coming in from Jeremy Renner himself, saying Hawkeye trailer drops tomorrow. And then Hailee Steinfeld has also kind of talked about it too on her Instagram. So we know that the trailer is coming. We're finally going to get a look at what this adaptation of the Matt Fraction graphic novel is going to be. We're going to learn a lot more about Kate Bishop's character, probably maybe even a little bit of stuff. Talking about the Young Avengers, maybe. I don't know. I don't think there's going to be any kind of hint at, if there's going to be any kind of hint at Wilson Fisk or Matt Murdock or anything, because I know that's popped up a little bit too. People have been asking those questions, but I for one am very excited to see what's going to be coming out of this trailer. I think it's going to be an absolute hoot. Everything that they've put out so far this year has been fantastic. And you know what? I know I've seen people out there complaining, but what's going on? Why are we getting Hawkeye? Hawkeye is boring. Calm your tits. For one, the dude, he's like a male Katniss Everdeen and shit. You should be fucking fawning over that. But in reality, Hawkeye's a great character. Jeremy Renner has played him really well, and he finally gets a chance to shine and shit. I thought him being one of the focal points of Age of Ultron was one of the better aspects of that movie. His emotional journey coming in from Endgame was pretty fantastic of what changed him. And of course, Black Widow's sacrifice, it really, it was to make him a better person and shit. And then now he gets the opportunity to mentor somebody else who's going to go into the Young Avengers, and it's going to expand the world. But of course, people out there are just nuts about this. I do want to give this up. RJ here with $20 super chat. Thank you, buddy. Says, I haven't been this excited for the first look of an upcoming show in so long. Hailee Steinfeld plus Lucky the Pizza Dog plus Yelena versus Hawkeye. Flashbacks to Ronin, Echo, and teases for Kingpin. Show's gonna be flames. I'm hoping on the Kingpin. I don't know yet. I don't want to get my hopes up. If I'm being honest, I don't want to get my hopes up, you guys. I just don't. The way I look at it's like this. I want that so bad. But I also don't want to get my hopes up and then not get that and then feel disappointed. So I'm just not thinking about it. But we know that all the other stuff is basically there. We're going to get some good flashbacks into Endgame and what happened in those 5 years of him, being kind of psycho and killing some fools with that crazy ass mohawk. It's going to be a lot of fun, I think. I can't wait to see that. But thank you very much for that, RJ. I am looking forward to whatever comes out of this, and I think a lot of you guys are too. So that's going to be, to me, what I think is ultimately going to be the big. Look, Book of Boba Fett. We should get a trailer for that here pretty soon, obviously. But we're gonna have to wait and see what ultimately comes next, because I don't know. Marvel, they're all knocking it out of the damn park, and I'm very happy to see what comes down the pipeline, because I just love this stuff, man. I really, really, really do. So, all right, why don't we jump over here to kind of like the main, not so much the main story, but it is what I wanted to talk about the most. And I wanted, before getting into the Chinese story here, we got H-Horse with the $5 super chat. Thank you, buddy. China better not ruin Simu MCU future. Dude was great as Shang-Chi. Yeah. I'm deciphering your super chat, but thank you, buddy. So here's the thing. I don't think this is as big of a deal as people make it out to be, to an extent. I could be wrong. Other people out there, the notorious internet movie fiend, Mace Grandolph, is out there saying one thing, but to the rest of us, we're kind of waiting to see what happens. Good old Mace here. I don't know what Mace Grandolph is going to say tomorrow, but today Mace Grandolph isn't saying a lot. But in the meantime, here's what I want to talk about in regards to the positive about Shang-Chi. So right now, Shang-Chi triumphs again as second weekend as Malignant misfires. And I mean, Warner's ain't having the best year on that front, but we ain't talking about Malignant. I ain't seen the movie yet, but I have seen this one here. It says here that Marvel Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings ruled domestic box office again, collecting $35.8 million in its second weekend. Ticket sales for the movie fell only 53% from its debut, a decline on par with many Marvel installments in pre-pandemic times. That is important because the second weekend drop off for Black Widow was like 73%, even though it pulled in, 80 million in its opening weekend. This one pulled in 75.5 million in 3 days. When it got to the holiday weekend, it was able to pull in the additional 19 million. And then it tapped 100 million by Tuesday. And then the day-to-days have been quite good. So the movie is done quite well, but there's also no Disney Plus Premier Access. And then we know from like the lawsuit with Scarlett Johansson that Disney Plus Premier Access added on an additional 60 million in its opening weekend. And within a month of its release or so, when we started learning about the lawsuit, it was up to about, what was it up to? It was about 125 million is what it had brought home. So again, the number, this doesn't have those numbers here. It doesn't have PVOD. It's in theaters, but it will be in that world coming up, I believe, here mid-October, right before the release of the Eternals. That's kind of their 45-day thing. And we're going to touch more on all of that here in like the next story. But right now, what we're looking at is that globally, and this is the big thing to pay attention to, globally, Shang-Chi has cleared the $250 million mark, with the revenues currently sitting at about 257.6 million, with 145.6 million at the domestic box office. So quite a bit in the domestic. And if you guys are losing me right now, I apologize. Let me check the chat here. Okay, I think we're good. I see StreamYard kind of acting up a little bit. So the big issue here is, okay, so we're good. All right. So it's not right now, China is kind of the big factor. All right. That's kind of the big factor with everything that's going on. And that leads me to this report coming out this weekend where it's saying that Shang-Chi China release unlikely in wake of unearthed comments by star Simu Liu. The Eternals' hope is in question. So this is a big thing. And a lot of people are kind of worried about the financial return of this, right? They go, but wasn't Shang-Chi made just for this movie? Like, wasn't Shang-Chi made for China? No, it was made for everybody. These movies are made for everybody. However, the movie did definitely have its roots in wanting to play to that audience. And right now, and again, this movie would have been out a year ago, all right, if we didn't have the pandemic that came from China, but that's not the point, is that China is trying to restrict everything right now. So this thing is probably going to keep it banned in China. It's probably also going to keep the Eternals banned in there as well, unless there's like a massive, like public apology tour. Like, if Simu Liu comes out and does the same thing that John Cena did before the release or when the release of Fast 9 happened, I mean, like that absolute utter cucking to China. And I honest to God hope it doesn't happen. I just, it sucks. So I guess what's happening is, so there's comments that were made by Simu Liu in 2017, which resurfaced this week and have made waves on Chinese social media. In a 2017 interview with the CBC, the Chinese-Canadian actor referred to his parents telling him of conditions under communist rule and referring to China as a third world country where people were dying of starvation. So, I mean, obviously that's a big factor here, right? That's a big thing. A lot of people and Chinese social media. And look, I'm just going to be honest with you guys. I don't even know how much of that I can trust, given the fact they have full on like AI news anchors in China. You know what I mean? Like deep fake AI news anchors are in China. They're getting harder to spot, you know, and it's a wildly indoctrinated country. So it's like, how much of this is actual outrage versus just like, you say what we want, or ever hear of the Uyghurs? That's kind of the whole thing. I don't know what necessarily is going to be going on here, but again, also the Eternals was a problem too, because there was years old comments made by Chloe Zhao that appeared to, you know, she had said, yeah, so she had basically like criticized China, and she was being heralded all over the Middle Kingdom when Nomadland was coming out. But as soon as those comments reappeared, the sentiment turned the other way, right? They're able to kind of say, oh, there's a lot of trouble out of China, and Nomadland, even though it won Best Picture and no one saw it, it still is one that they're having trouble with. And only now in the second final trailer for Eternals did they say, from Academy Award-winning director, you know, Chloe Zhao. So I have to wait and see how this whole thing goes. I don't know what's going to happen on this, guys. I really have no idea what's going to happen. It is honestly at this point one of the things where when you really start to kind of look at it, Disney is going to have to grease some serious palms if they're going to be able to get it over there. That's if they even want to get it over there. All right, I know China's a big market. I know they've been trying to get in on China for a while with Star Wars and a number of other things. And this is something that anyone who's going into the entertainment space is going to have to be wary of. It's going to have to be very, very presently aware of the things that they have said. Like, I know that if I ever like got big enough and they were like, oh yeah, like Matt Jarbo go to China, they're going to find some choice comments from me about China. And that's going to make it so I could probably never even visit the damn country, which is really unfortunate. But I mean, like William was saying earlier, or what he was asking earlier in regards to the Chinese box office, like not being able to go to China, does that just mean streaming is a way of the future? Well, I mean, streaming effectively is all profit. In China, they go out there and they get a lot of money, but like 75% of that goes to the Chinese, like to the government or to China. So that, like, you know, 500 million that they might make, like 25% of that goes to them. Whereas with streaming, that's all profit. So China, in regards to that, is going to end up actually losing its relevancy unless Disney Plus can get itself into China. And that becomes the issue. That ends up becoming the other part of this. If Disney Plus can get itself into China, which, let's be fair, it ain't ever going to happen, then we're going to be dealing with a different scenario altogether. So I don't know. I think they might just take a wash on these movies and just allow them to do well where they can and make money where they can, maybe break even where they can, and then go from there. But then again, like I said, only 35 movies a year are allowed in China from non-Chinese companies. So it's a lot of space people are fighting for. And you know, I would like to think that we wouldn't have to rely on the Middle Kingdom, but who am I kidding? I think everything I have in this fucking room is probably made in China. That's just being honest here. But all right, let's look at a couple super chats here. Jess here says, I think the major issues is that no build up to rookies in the Marvel universe. Oh, talking about the Hawkeye here. Well, I mean, no, they are going to mean this is a build up for Kate Bishop. Miss Marvel is a build up for Miss Marvel. You know, they're like for the Marvels. She-Hulk is probably going to be a build up into something. Moon Knight's going to be a build up into something. You know, there's a lot of build up now that's going on with this kind of stuff. So I think they just had to get through the first couple things, and then they're going to build up. Loki, they turned Loki into a leading man when before he was just a side character. So they've done things like that before. They've done things. I think it's going to be okay. I think it's going to be absolutely okay here. All right, let me just kind of make sure I'm caught up on stuff. Okay, hold on. Andrew Dunbar here with 5 bones. Thank you, buddy. Really appreciate that. Saying we are going to see geopolitical considerations and Hollywood's ability to count on the China market. No, 100%, man. 100% we're going to end up seeing that kind of problem. And that's not on Hollywood, right? None of this is on Hollywood. Like, at no point should anybody be mad at Simu Liu for criticizing the Chinese government. You know, I mean, again, they've got those like Uyghur concentration camps, with people, with the Muslims in the camps. Like, that's a reality. Like, they blocked people from having more than 2 kids for decades. Like, that's a reality. Like, it's a very, 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 very restrictive, oppressive country. And it's only gotten even more so under Xi Jinping. And that's going to be a big problem here. So I keep kind of dropping, it says here on my thing. If I'm glitching out, let me know. I'm going to drop the camera if that's the case, just because I'm trying to keep it smooth. But this is getting, StreamYard is being a bit of an asshole tonight, so that kind of sucks. But anyway, thank you for that, buddy. Appreciate it. We got a new member here, Mad Max the Mandalorian. He's a return member. He was actually one of my very first members, and then now he is back from outer space to be another member. Thank you very much. Really appreciate that. Max always saying we have Duck Dodgers 24th in the half century. Says Shang-Chi 2, the 10 doses of the COVID vaccine. The fuck, dude? The 10 doses of the COVID vaccine. All right. Oh, you dirty, dirty boy. You dirty, dirty boy. Donovan here says, seems like lately China doesn't want anything to do with Hollywood. Well, yeah, that's true. They don't. Because ultimately, China, it's on its way to challenging America to be the dominant superpower. They've got 5 times the population as we do. We rely on them quite a bit for our manufacturing. They have been buying up land here in the States. They've been buying up land in Africa. They've been buying up land in Australia. They've been buying up land all over the effing place. They just started banning effeminate men on television. Gee, I wonder why. They're now limiting how many hours kids under 18 can play video games. Gee, I wonder why. And I'm pretty sure certain there's going to end up going back into being like a mandatory military service at some point. They're building, and they just allowed for families to have more than 2 kids. I think they can have 3 kids now. What does that tell you? They are building a fucking army. They are preparing for something. I don't know what. Give it 25, 30 years and we'll see it kind of played out. But that's the problem. Alex Jones is out there going like, the globalists are... No. The globalists aren't China. All right. But who knows how much money Alex Jones gets from China. I don't ever hear him talk about that very often. Little weird. Little weird that he was on a live stream and they started talking about pedos in Hollywood and not China where the real problem is. I'm just saying, kind of odd. H-Bar's here at $5, buddy. Thank you very much. Shang-Chi 2 and the Legend of the Iron Fist would be cool. Yeah, give us some Iron Fist, man. Hell yeah. I would be absolutely down with the Iron Fist. I'd love to see more of that. Danny Rand. It would be great. H. Rice here says, start making stuff in Taiwan. Probably not. Man, probably not gonna happen. Just saying. But let's talk about what is going to be happening, guys. Let's talk about what is going to be happening. And that, of course, is that Disney has announced, due to the success of Shang-Chi, that their remaining 2021 films will, in fact, go to theatrical releases. But they'll debut exclusively. Now, will they be on a timed window? I don't know. I don't know if it's all going to be that 45-day shit, but I think Eternals probably will. I don't see Eternals pulling in the kind of money that Shang-Chi did, if I'm being honest with you. Nothing about this screams like I have to go see it right away. Am I going to go see it right away? The answer to that is simply yes, because I am a Marvel shill, and that is kind of what I do. At the end of it, though, I'm just not super hyped for this. So it says here that following the tremendous box office success of our summer films, which included 5 of the top 8 domestic releases this year, because everything else was literally pushed back. I mean, don't get me wrong. They put out good stuff, all right? I'm not lying. Like, Luca is fantastic, but if that was on Disney Plus, that would have been a lot of money in theaters. It was, they're the only ones putting out stuff. It says, all right, so we are excited to update our theatrical plans for the remainder of 2021. This is coming in from Kareen Daniel, the chairman, Disney Media and Entertainment Distribution, saying, as confidence in movie-going experience and the movie-going continues to improve, We look forward to entertaining audiences in theaters while maintaining the flexibility to give our Disney Plus subscribers the gift of Encanto this holiday season. I'm saying like Encanto should probably be in theaters. All right. Like I'm saying like release Luca in fucking theaters. Like I would go take my kids to go. We've watched Luca like 30, 40 times on Disney Plus. I'm not even making that up. I like the movie a lot. And I would take my kids to go see Luca in theater. I would love to go see fucking Soul in IMAX because of how good it is. You know, I'd love to go see these things and on the big screen. I'll settle for my 4K, but still, man, So, I mean, look, this is what we got. I guess these are the other ones that are coming out this year. I mean, The Last Duel has got some interesting reviews. Antlers, which by the way, was completed and screened for critics before the pandemic. So that one's been sitting for a year and a half. West Side Story, I don't care about. The Kingsman, though. That's the one I want, baby. That's the one I want. And of course here, Nightmare Alley. I don't know what the hell that one is. Is that a new Guillermo? Is that? I don't know. But that's coming out the same day as Spider-Man. So I'll be watching Spider-Man. I'm just saying. I'm looking forward to whether they're going to be, I'm looking forward to getting back to the theaters. I'm looking forward to getting back out there, seeing more movies and stuff. Obviously. But at the same time, I'm really kind of curious what you guys are thinking about this. Do you plan on going to theaters? Or are you just going to wait for streaming? I mean, a lot of stuff is kind of coming out quick. Snake Eyes came out in theaters. No one liked it. I haven't seen it, so I can't say. And then it dropped already on PVOD. Demonic Neil Blomkamp movie got bad reviews, but still dropped PVOD. I got to watch these things and review these things for Podio commentary, which just kind of quickly toot my own horn on that one. If you guys haven't seen the oral history on Super Mario Brothers, the movies, check it out. Podio commentary on here on YouTube. But I am also going to be changing up my format on that. I know again, but I have a new one that I like because I like to always play and tweak and shit. But anyway, let's take a look here at some of the super chats you guys are dropping. So thank you guys for that one. Andrew Dunbar here with 5 bones. Thank you, buddy. It says, and their thermonuclear warheads are about 3 times as powerful as ours. Talking about China. I know, man. Think that's going to be the thing. That's going to be the big thing there. Whether or not we're going to get a lot out of, whether or not China's going to, do its thing. I don't quite know. I hope not. I don't want anyone to die. Duck, you're saying you're a marvelous shill. Yeah, I admit it, man. I don't care. What am I going to care about? You like Marvel, man? Yeah, I like fucking Marvel. Have I never, ever said the other to that? I mean, have I ever said, nah, man, I don't like Marvel. They suck. I never said that at all. Big fan, actually. So yeah, anyway. All right. Brandon here says Bob's Burgers has a new release date of May 2022. I know I saw that the other day when it dropped. I was very excited for that information. I don't know why I didn't bring it up. I didn't have the asset ready to go today, unfortunately. But I did really like I love Bob's Burgers. I was watching season 10 again tonight with my kids, and I'm looking forward to the movie. I know May 2022, but it is going to be the very first 2D animated movie released by Disney, Fox, since 2011. That's what they said. Was that since 2011? What did they do in 2011? I know, like Princess and the Frog. It was like 2009. Says that one. All right. Let's see here. H-Bar is talking about Iron Fist. Says everyone hates Finn Jones for not cooperating, but that season was rushed. It was super rushed, man. I don't put a lot of that on Finn Jones because Defenders and season 2 way better. They were. Noah Scott Buck. What is the common denominator about when shit goes crazy? Stuff like this. Dexter, last 4 seasons. Iron Fist. That one show that they did. What was it called? It was Inhumans. There we go. That was terrible, right? That was god awful. All right. Let's see here. Andrew here, another $5, man. Thank you. Says China geopolitical facts are the opposite of fun mule facts. What is Mule Facts? Is it Fun Movie Facts? Okay. GDT is Nightmare Alley. Okay, cool. Thank you. I thought that was Guillermo. I want to see. I like Guillermo. I'm glad your laptop has 4K. I'm not in 4K. This should just be 1080p. I'm hoping that I don't even know if the lighting is any good or not. It's just, I've got a ring light right there. I've got an LED panel light right here. I got another LED panel light right here. Neither one of these are turned on. Because I'm using the Logitech. I got a stream cam that was recommended to me by Ty from Pop Culture Corner, because he's got one. And I'm still tweaking the lighting on it. This kind of works, but it's fine. So there's that. All right. Let's see here. What else we got? We got, okay. Andrew. Whoa, shit. McLeod. I just saw this, man. Thank you. McLeod with a $20 Canadian. Finally watched the Banned in China episode of South Park, and I feel like both, yeah, it's messed up and true, yet triggered of Trey and Matt's over exaggeration of China/Disney. It's all damned if you do, damned if you don't. Well, look, yeah, and you're not wrong on that one, man. I thought like it went a little overboard. In fact, I think that whole season when Randy dove into Tegrity Farms, I wasn't really the biggest fan of that, if I'm being honest with you. But a part of it had to do with the fact that, like, I get it. Because Disney has so much reliance on China on that regard. Like it's kind of like, it's like the episode following the release of Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, where they had Spielberg and Lucas rape Indiana Jones. Like that was such kind of an over exaggeration for everything, but it was really trying to talk about, like, you know, raping nostalgia. And we've only gotten worse since then, right? We've only gotten worse since then. But on the subject of China, there was an article I found yesterday that was talking about how China has kind of like limited Hollywood's imagination. And I didn't bring it up on this because this was already a packed episode. I'll probably bring it up later on in the week when it's a bit of a slower day, if that happens. But in the meantime, it's definitely something that I want to talk about, because I feel like we need to talk about that, which is actually why I'm kind of excited for whatever Paramount is up to. And I'll get to that at the end, but thank you very much for the super chat, man. I really appreciate that. Carlos here says, hashtag, or says Jarvo, the Marvel consumer. Who cares? I like Star Wars, man. I like Marvel. I like Marvel. It is what it is. And then, whatever his name is, Max here says, cancel Bob's Burgers. No. Okay. RJ here, give me an update on that one. The last 2D animated Disney film was the Winnie the Pooh movie in 2011. Ooh, no wonder China don't like that shit. So let's see here. Hold on. I need to get some new background, at least some green screen action if you don't want to do the nerd shelves or the poster backdrop. I've got like the big green screen, right? I bought like that 9-foot fucking newer one that you can kind of fold out and whatever. I might need to do something with it. I don't know. I don't like green screen. It just takes up, it's just too much to manage. You know what I mean? Too much to manage all the time, but I appreciate that. All right. And then we got, Commanion here says Major Crom Plague Doctor. I know, man, I have not been able to watch anything yet. I have not even been able to watch the last 2 episodes of What If. I want to watch Kate. There's a lot I want to watch this weekend. I was supposed to, but I just ended up getting busy. Let's see here. Jess here with $2. Thank you. Says the Inhumans was Marvel's failed attempt for X-Men. No, I'm going to push back on that one. So here's why. The reason why it's not like that is because originally back in 2014, when they announced, phase 3, the Inhumans was meant to be a movie. Yes, it was meant to be the answer to X-Men. Yes, because they didn't have the rights to the characters, obviously. But Agents S.H.I.E.L.D. season 2 started setting up the Inhumans, and then season 3 had the Inhumans, and then somewhere along the line in the whole fallout surrounding fucking Kevin Feige and Ike Perlmutter back in 2015 over the production of Civil War and that whole thing, Perlmutter pulled the Inhumans and gave it the TV show to Jeff Loeb. And then they went out and they did this like massive thing by trying to get like in an IMAX, and they had like IMAX literally bumped a movie in order to put Inhumans, the first 2 episodes of Inhumans on IMAX, and like no one went to go see it because it was so terrible. So there's like a lot there that went into that. So it's not just like failed attempt. Feige, if he would have had and been able to retain control, would have made that a very valuable property. Let's be fair on that one. They would have turned that into a very valuable property, but then Disney's like 2 years later, like kind of going, hey, what's going on, Fox? Yo, you want like $70 billion, baby. You know, then all of a sudden now when Humans takes a back seat, Black Bolt's going to become, you know, we ain't going to see him again. And we're going to be getting, you know, the X-Men properly. Just thank you for that one. We got Andrew here says, nope, I was talking about mules. Sometimes I share fun mule facts. Sometimes you do drop a super chat that is completely out of what we're talking about, and it does throw a wrench in things, but I still, I appreciate it. Thank you very much, man. All right. You guys are asking a lot here. Okay. H-Bart's here. $2 says, watch Fast 7 this weekend. Great end for Paul. Exactly. There's been rumors about them wanting to bring Paul Walker back, bring Brian back into the franchise. Don't do it. Don't do it. We don't need any more Paul Walker. We're good. He died almost 8 years ago. Let the man, like, let the memory go. Let it do its thing. So there's that. But yeah, I like that movie quite a bit. Have I been watching the new Walker Texas Ranger? No, I have not. Let's see. Ultimate Marble Stand, $5. Thank you, man. Says, I like Batman and Kung Fu movies also, but I hate the CCP. All right. What are your thoughts on the USSR out of curiosity? But I'm agreeing with you on the CCP. McLeod, you're asking, Tegrity was a little stretched out, referring back to South Park. I think Towley's saying, I got some weed. Don't know what's going on. And the season intro was one of the only things that made me laugh. Yeah, the Tegrity bit, I didn't even finish that season. Paramount sent me, they sent me a copy of it to watch, and I didn't even finish watching it. Like, I didn't finish watching it at all. I was so bored by it. And I was like, I love South Park. So like, what the hell? When they started getting rid of their, when they started trying to, like, they did like the season long arc, and then they got rid of the season long arc, and they decided to go and do like back to the individual episodes with a bit of stuff kind of tying it together, like Tegrity Farms. It kind of lost me on that one. I feel like that wasn't them at their best. But these movies that are coming, and I think 2 are coming before the end of this year, maybe if I read that wrong. I think that's going to be a lot of fun. So it should be able to see that one there. Here's the thing, guys. If you guys want, because I got like maybe 1 or 2 more things to get to really here, we can do some voicemails. Call on in. That's going to be 323-305-4101. 323-305-4101. Definitely like call and leave a voicemail. A couple of them there I wanted to kind of touch upon. And yeah, so Moisture here says, why did you and RJ stop What If reviews? He went back to school, and I haven't even watched the last 2 episodes. Like, I've just been really busy. This show has kind of taken my priority, and that's great. I love doing it, but it really is just like, it has kind of bogged down everything else. So definitely something, you know, we'll probably get back into it. Ask RJ to be like, tell him to hound me. So, okay. 187 here says, question. I think I heard a big streamer say that China only allows 21 movies from a studio a year, or is it 21 American movies? It's only 35 non-Chinese films. So 35 non-Chinese. I'm sure most of them come from America because they're the ones that are going to generate the largest amount of income. But yeah. So when I get review copies, do I have to send them back? Nope. I'll let you guys in on a little secret, right? So like Louis Leclerc, Nerd Report, he gets them all the time, and he'll like give away the digital code, and then he'll go on eBay and he'll sell the disc. A lot of people who are Access Media, they get a lot of free stuff, and they turn around and they resell it. Not just in movies too, but like games, do it all the time. So there you go. Just saying, it's true. I would never actively sell shit I got for free. I would give it away before I sold it. Unless I'm like really hurting. But it's like, then it's like, fire up a live stream and like do a good show. And even tonight you guys have been really helpful. And I think it's like, you know, I'm just saying, like, no, it's I don't even know. I cleaned up over here. I don't even have it anymore. Like, I had the Bumblebee Blu-ray they gave me. I reviewed it. They gave me Cloverfield Paradox. I reviewed that too. I wouldn't mind getting back into doing the reviews. I do want to do the reviews. It's again just finding the damn time. I can't, I wake up in the morning and like I can't sit there with, my kids and be like, hey, let's watch like Kate. My 2-year-old is just gonna be like horrified and shit. So I gotta watch other crap. Let's see. All right. How does Campia keep getting invited to these premieres? He knows people. Look, oftentimes it's literally just like they invite you and they want people to go, and people, and he worked for Collider and he, AMC Movie Talk and all that stuff. So he knows people. So he gets the email and he goes on it. And oftentimes it's like they just send out a blanket email, like their PR list, and they ask people if they want to go. And so when you go to the premiere of Shang-Chi, like at the Hollywood, like at the Chinese theater, well, right across the street is the El Capitan, which is Disney owned. And so I'm pretty sure that Campia is not going to the Chinese theater with like all the actors and everything else. He's going over to the El Capitan and watching it. And then there's a party because they literally block off Hollywood Boulevard. They block off like about a whole city block. And that's where like the red carpet is, and that's where everything else is. So there's that. Yeah, I know RJ said, I know you talked about the What If episode. I want to, it's, I have to, okay, I'll just be honest with you. I have to put a hard cap on these shows. That is the reality of it. Like I have to do like at no more than 90 minutes. Cause if not, then I don't have time for anything else. I finish this up, I go to bed. So, all right. Shiny here at $5, man. Thank you. Says, I dug Malignant. Curious to know what you think about it. I need to watch it. I've heard the interesting stuff. I'm going to try to watch Kate today or tomorrow. I've been doing research for a podio commentary on Kate because I realized that like I was listening to some like movie discussion podcasts and I like them. But the thing is though, they all kind of cover a lot of the same stuff. It's like, hey, let's spend 2.5 hours talking about The Thing, which is cool. And there's a lot to dive into with The Thing. There's a lot to dissect there. There's a lot to take in. There's a lot to really kind of right? But I'm like, well, new movies are kind of what people are looking for. Maybe I could be my niche, is talking about more newer films, like looking at origins and looking at like where it came from. And I mean, like literally, I was looking into Kate today, and that screenplay was actually purchased by Netflix almost 4 years ago, and it just now came out. You know what I mean? So it's like little interesting things there. And the fact that like the guy who wrote it did like no interviews for the movie. The guy who directed it did very little press for the film. It's so weird how it works when you have like a streaming movie versus a big theatrical. Well, streaming movies are only going to get bigger, bolder, and crazier, right? So like, why not cover those for more of like a, hey, let's talk about the production side of things, or like their history and their origin as they're fresh in people's minds, and then still also go back and talk about the old stuff. Cause that's what I would like to do. That's what I would really like to do. So this, anyway, let's see here. H Bart's here, says also saw Spy Who Loved Me, 5 out of 5. Great stuff, man. I love, again, Bond films are great. Bond films are awesome. So, all right, as we come into the hour of the show here, I did want to talk about this. What we had today also was Predator. The prequel movie did wrap up filming. This is being confirmed today by Dan Trachtenberg, saying here, Disney's Predator movie. I love how they call it Disney's Predator movie. It's like Fox's Predator movie, but they're trying to, whatever, movie web. It wraps. Amber Midthunder is confirmed as the lead. I believe she's a relatively new actress. I don't know much about her. There's definitely something I would love to know more about this movie, because I think it's gonna be great. Dan Trachtenberg is a fantastic director. 10 Cloverfield Lane, the pilot episode of The Boys, that one gaming episode of Black Mirror with Wyatt Russell was really good. And the dude is he's a gamer, man. So like he understands like how this stuff works in the modern age. So it says here that that's a wrap on Predator 5. Nobody wants to talk about Predator, the last one, the Predator, right? I haven't seen it yet. The Shane Black one. I haven't seen it, but everyone tells me it's like god awful. Maybe that's why I haven't watched it yet. But they posted here that coming out from the camera operator, or I think it's like the DOP. Jeff Cutter, that it is done. It's a wrap. Skulls. Cutter writes, and that's a wrap on Skulls. Can't thank Dan Trachtenberg enough for inviting me along on this epic journey and entrusting me to help achieve his vision for this film. Thanks to a great cast led by Amber Midthunder, Dakota Beavers, that's a great name, Dane Deledry, I can't pronounce that, and much love to the brave Calgary crew for diving headfirst in with us. Calgary is beautiful. It's like the Texas of Canada. I'm not even making that up. Now, it's a period movie. It is going to be a prequel set during the American Civil War. That I actually didn't know. Long before the events of the original film, the story will reportedly follow a Comanche woman who goes against the gender norms and traditions of her tribe to become a warrior. And I mean, like, look, that sounds cool to me. But you already know what certain people are going to be like. Why has it got to be a woman? Why has it got to be a woman fighting a predator? Didn't they already do that in AVP? Wasn't that shit back in 04? Blah, 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 blah. They did an AVP Requiem too. And then you have Ripley fighting aliens and Alien 3. And also then Alien 4. Women kick ass in sci-fi, man. Let women kick ass in sci-fi, flat out. You know what I mean? That's the thing. Like women in sci-fi movies like this, they do really effing well. It's kind of ridiculous in my mind to kind of go into it the way that some of these people are going into it. There's nothing wrong with flat out just saying like, hey, women can be action stars. Like, it doesn't need to be a man. But I'm down to see what they're going to do with it. I am down to see what is going to happen with this next one, because I really like it. I like Dan Trachtenberg. All right, I love Dan Trachtenberg. I think he's a great director, great storyteller, and I want to see what's going to be happen next. So by all means. Now, Duck here says, no Arnold and Predator, no C. This is set during the Civil War. What is it going to be, like Dutch's great-great-great-grandfather? But it's even then, not even that far back, but, you know, even then, what would an Austrian be doing in America at the time? I'm just saying. John here says, I can spoil the ending. No, don't spoil the ending. Stop it. Spoilers are bad. Yeah, so Donovan here says, so the director is making me a little more confident. The director is a good director. So I want to see that. McLeod here, $10 Canadian. Thank you, buddy. Says, feels like most of the season, going back to South Park, it was just PC/woke bashing PC babies, take shots at trans women in sports, and in deep former voice, Tegrity. Integrity Farms. Feels like Trey and Matt are becoming more boomer with each day. Well, if you've noticed, the show has taken more of an aim at Randy's perspective rather than the boys, right? Randy is kind of like the main. The boys, I think he's like the main character most of the time, and that's because they're in their 40s, like they're nearing 50. They are in that boomer territory. They are over the hill, so to speak. They've been, so they're coming at it now through their view of life. And that's what they're focusing on. They got kids, they've got families, they've got, careers. They just signed this massive deal. It is what it is. H Barts here says, get Arnold back for Predator. I'd be okay with that. Let's see here. Andrew here says, yes, this time Dutch would actually be Dutch. Yes. John here says the Alien versus Predator and Dark Horse had a woman lead allied, or had a female lead allied with Predator to fight aliens. Not the first time. Yeah, I know. And plus, she was in the movie. She was like that too. And no one got mad back then in 2004. No one was mad at her being like the main character. I forget her character name. No one is mad about that. They were mad about other things involving that movie. Like, you couldn't see fucking shit in regards to the fighting. But nobody was upset that a woman and the Predator teamed up to take down the alien queen. No one cared. But nowadays, all the anti-wokies are going to be like, oh my God, no, it's a woman. Flailing around. Freaking out about it. So dumb. It's boring. Isn't it boring at this point? All the same crap all the time. Like, my God, and here's the thing. It's an indigenous woman who's the lead actor in this movie. Oh, ooh, that's going to be pretty bad. All right, let's see here. Yeah, going back to South Park, it's like when Mr. Garrison became Trump in season 20. That is true. That actually had everything to do with the fact that they were planning on Hillary winning, and they needed to come up with a backup plan, and that was their backup plan. That was it. That was absolutely it, guys. Okay, let's continue here. A couple more little things to get through tonight. Like I said, a lot going on. Today has been. This is a lot happening. Marvel. Oh, this makes me happy, guys. This one makes me happy, right? Look at this here. The release schedule 2021 to 2024. 3 years. 3 years. 15 titles. 3 years. I mean, they're literally coming out and they're just cock slapping us with titles. They're not even holding back. They're hitting us full force with that mushroom tip, and we're like, "Pugh. Yeah. You know, wakes you up in the morning. Better than a shot of coffee." Fucking. I've had coffee, by the way. That's why I'm so amped up. Anyway, so what we got coming out, what we know of, is we got the Eternals in November 5th, 2021. Then Spider-Man, then Doctor Strange, then Thor. All right, then Wakanda Forever, then the Marvels. You know, and that's again, look at that there. You got Doctor Strange, Thor, Wakanda, Marvels. That's all 2022. Eternals and Spider-Man 2021 on top of Shang-Chi and Black Widow. That's 4 movies a year right there. 2023, you've got Quantumania, Guardians, and then you've got literally 3 other untitled Marvel Studios movies. July, October 6th, and November 10th. What the fuck are they doing putting an October 6th movie and then literally 4.5 weeks later dropping another fucking movie? What does that mean? Right? What does that mean? That's my question. What does that mean? Because that's pretty goddamn close. That is exceptionally close. Like, I know, like, I remember when it was like 2 movies a year. Everyone's like, oh my God, 2 movies a year? That's insane. Then it was like, we're going to do 3 movies a year. And you're like, all right, yeah, I got this. I get this. I understand this. 3 movies, this will be fine. Now 4 movies a year, and then in 2 years, it's going to be 5 movies. I know the pandemic, man, it brought it back. I get it. They're playing catch up, but still. Donovan here says, Marvel is insane. Yeah. We are spoiled as MCU fans. Oh, 100%. 100%. Now the question is, though, what is going to come? What is going to come? Well, I'm telling you guys right now, my thoughts are February 16th, 2024 is Deadpool. I'm thinking that one right now. There will be Blade, probably 2023, because they've already got a director and they're getting ready to work on that one. Fantastic Four is going to be one of them. I'm assuming July 28th, 2023 might be the next Spider-Man movie because they want to get that back to the summer. I think that May 3rd, 2024 is probably going to end up being Fantastic Four. They don't want to fuck around with that one, but that's also could potentially be something with X-Men. That May 3rd date right there is a massive day. That is what you want. That's a big one you want. The first kickoff of summer, so to speak. That's what you want right there. And the other ones, who knows? Who knows? It could be Thor 5 for crying out loud. There could be another Captain America 4 is going to be up there somewhere. You know, Young T. Austin here says 2023 Fantastic Four, Blade, Shang-Chi 2. Shang-Chi 2 is definitely going to be in there. That movie. Well, I mean, wasn't Grace Randolph? Hold on. Sorry. I can't address her by name. She doesn't like me. So Mace Grandolph here said something today along the lines of Simu Liu's comments might keep him out from future films. They want him to go to China. Like, here's the thing with that one. You know what? Disney has a technology. They might just like digitally remove his ass for China. I mean, imagine putting someone else's face on his body. And like I said, they got fucking AI shit there. You know? Jesus. Could be whatever. We'll have to wait and see on that one. But okay, so here, Fantastic Four, Blade, Shang-Chi 2, 2024, Captain America 4, X-Men, Avengers 5, Deadpool 3. I don't think it's going to be X-Men. I think it's going to be the mutants. I think they're going to introduce them without being a team. I think what they're going to do is they're going to introduce them on Disney Plus, a few of them at least, and then move it in. Well, you know, maybe 2024 is the Marvels too. Who knows? Directed by Clay Campbell here asks, Marvel oversaturated by 2025? Hell no, dude. Hell no. If they can keep it going, if they can keep the momentum going, okay, you have to look at it like this. It is literally about momentum. All right. So 2 years ago, in some change, we got Endgame, and then we got Spider-Man Far From Home. And a lot of people were like, maybe that could be it. That could be the end of the saga right there. Okay, maybe I'm good. I'm okay. We'll move on. It's fine. I got what I wanted. I got the emotional conclusion I wanted. I'm happy with where the characters are. Rip Tony Stark, all that shit. Okay, great. Then 2020 hit. We were going to do phase 4. Phase 4 felt a little bit awkward because phase 4 was like, I don't know what's going on here. A Black Widow movie? Really? Shang-Chi? Really? Eternals? Who's looking forward to that one? But then we had a whole year of nothing, literally nothing in 2020. But they held off on purpose, right? They held off on purpose. January, they dropped WandaVision. March, they dropped Falcon and Winter Soldier. Then you had Loki. And then you had Black Widow. And then you've got Shang-Chi. And now we got What If. And soon it's going to be, Hawkeye and Eternals and Spider-Man. And that is all part of the forward momentum. They're creating, must-see TV, fear of missing out, along with establishing Kang. We already got a little bit of Kang on TV. Now we're going to be getting more of Kang the Conqueror. We're going to be getting a whole bunch more of that. We're going to be getting all this other stuff. All of these things are going to be building and building and building and building and building. Again, setting up another season, another multiple phases of the storylines that are going to keep people interested and engaged. And that's what I think is going to be going on. I don't think they're going to be oversaturated. I don't see that. Josh asking who's going to play Blade. Sorry, that's Mahershala Ali, who is fantastic. What is what? What is no? What are you saying here? You can't just say that and not come up with it. Let's see here. Okay. McLeod here says, went through the Matrix 4 trailer again, frame by frame, and now I know a little bit as to why and how Neo is alive. I have an idea on that one as well. We'll talk more about that here in a little bit, though. So why don't we dive into? I'll quickly dive into the Paramount thing that's going on. So according this popped up on Friday, and it says Paramount has appointed Brian Robbins as the new CEO of the studio and is reportedly shifting focus from theatrical to Paramount Plus. Now, look, here's the thing. This is fine. They need to recoup some of their money in order to then start building up the theatrical shit again. And Paramount was doing pretty well back in the early mid 2000s with their Paramount Vantage, right? With their Paramount Vantage. That was an interesting thing. So let's find out more here. Paramount Pictures has named a new CEO, one who is reportedly prioritizing films for Paramount Plus over theatrical distribution. This is Brian Robbins, former head of Nickelodeon. I mean, when has Nickelodeon been good? Taking over for former CEO Jim Giamp, I cannot pronounce names. Gianpieldes. Anyway. Gianpoulos inherited a studio that had a rough couple years following Disney's acquisitions of Marvel and DreamWorks Animation, moving over to 20th Century Fox. And in 2016 had high-profile box office disappointments like Star Trek Beyond, Ben-Hur, and TMNT, Out of the Shadows. Here's the thing with that. Star Trek Beyond, as I've said before, should not have been a midsummer movie. It should have been a winter film. Turtles came out the same month, 2 years later after the first one. It just wasn't as good. But the studio did start to rebound with new franchises like A Quiet Place and Sonic the Hedgehog, but the COVID-19 pandemic sent the studio scrambling. While the studio did find great success with A Quiet Place Part 2, the studio sold off many high-profile films to various streamers like The Trial of Chicago 7, to Netflix, and The Tomorrow War to Amazon. But they got paid $200 million to sell The Tomorrow War to Amazon. So they made money on that deal because their financiers, they wanted their money back. That's the thing. They had a bunch of co-financers that wanted their money. They released SpongeBob, Sponge on the Run, and Infinite exclusively on Paramount. Both of those I heard sucked. With Paw Patrol, the movie, having a hybrid release. And look, my kid loves Paw Patrol, the movie. So that could have done better. Same with like Boss Baby. Like Boss Baby only did like 57 million, I think, in theaters. but it's on Peacock. Jesus Christ. So, all right, but this is what's going on. So apparently they want to focus on this. According to THR, Brian Robinson will be taking over the role due to his experience working with youth-oriented projects and the demands of the streaming age. Robinson has yet to work with A-list talent like Tom Cruise and John Krasinski, since most of his productions have been modest-sized budgeted pictures that were either remakes, comedies, or cross-branded material. Reportedly, Paramount Pictures will be calling back its theatrical production slate and putting more focus on its streaming releases for Paramount Plus. This is not a bad thing, all right? They've got to build those numbers. They've got to build those numbers up, and this is how you do it. You have to create exclusive content that people want to see. That's why they signed South Park to that insane $900 million deal. That is why a new Paramount Paranormal Activity movie is coming out. Low budget horror films are precisely where fucking Paramount needs to go. Low budget horror. Find someone who can be like their Blumhouse czar type guy. Get those kind of movies, $10 million or less budget. Put those in theaters. Seriously, you put those in theaters because it just makes money. Build up a new franchise that way. Run it parallel with shit on Paramount Plus, right? Go, do you like this movie? Do you want to know more lore? I mean, okay, think about it like this, right? Paranormal Activity. If you really pay the hell attention to Paranormal Activity, the overall story, it gets summarized to like one line per movie. That's it. Like one line of dialogue expands the story. It's very piecemeal. That's the lore. But the lore is interesting. So you create something that you can build lore around. And when you build the lore around it, you are then able to go and you can cross promote, you can cross brand. But at the same time, this guy's from Nickelodeon, so he's going to be prioritizing kids shit. Right? They want to take on Disney Plus. I'm sorry, fucking SpongeBob ain't going to take on Disney Plus. SpongeBob isn't for your kids. SpongeBob is for your 30-year-old high brother who never leaves the fucking couch. I'm sorry. SpongeBob is god awful. I hate SpongeBob. I mean, RIP to the guy who created it, obviously, but I've never liked it. But I do think that eventually Paramount and Peacock are going to have to join forces. There's no way around it. Or Paramount is just going to start selling off more things than Netflix, but they have to find a way to really kind of build things up, and they're not there yet. Moisture here with $5 says, is Universal a major studio at this point? They haven't done anything to promote Peacock, and their franchises aren't as popular compared to. Are you fucking kidding me, dude? Fast and Furious, Jurassic World, all right, like those right there, already bigger than anything on Paramount. Paramount is still holding on to Top Gun. Don't bother. Put it out in theaters, put it out on Paramount Plus, whatever. All right. No, Paramount does not have, I don't know, like, they need to promote Peacock, obviously, but it's still, no. It's, there's that, Matt roared. Yeah. I burped. It happened. I'm drinking, what am I drinking here? Blackberry, bubble water. As we got it. Lord Slug here says Universal and Warner Brothers own the horror genre. That is true. But Paramount can come back and knock some of that shit. Who owns Scream at this point, right? Who is distributing Scream 5? Paramount is doing Scream. Yeah, that's right. Fucking Paramount, dude. Paramount. Get up on that shit. They used to kick ass at that stuff, man. They need to. Let's see. Donovan here says old SpongeBob is gold. New ones suck. All of it sucks in my mind, but that's just me. Some here asks, I heard the original Matrix's screenplay was stolen. I don't believe so, but I've got the legal documentation that was filed. I do have that. And I have sent it over to a lawyer friend of mine to look at, and he was all like, I'm not reading through this crap. You're going to pay me. I'm like, fuck. Yeah. Paramount Plus is some good shit like Evil and Yellowstone. They need a show They need a Game of Thrones. Everyone needs a Game of Thrones, or in this case, a Mandalorian. Prodos here says Paramount used to be God tier. Lords here, Slug here says Scream 5 could be big for them like Halloween 2018. 100% agree. 100% agree. They could easily do that shit, but they're just not going to. They just are not going. I mean, maybe, I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong, and maybe, you know what, they're going to do something, but Universal and Paramount at this point, in my opinion, are so just like, they are just so behind the times. And I think that's because they both, like, again, their parent companies, much like Warner Brothers, right? They're Comcast for Universal, Viacom, you know, for Paramount, you know, and then also AT&T with Warner Brothers. It's like these other telecommunication companies. Like, stop fucking around here. You know what I mean? So just, yeah. Anyway. All right. So that is something going on there. Did I get the thing in 4K? I haven't been able to pre-order it yet. So no, I don't have it yet. Universal also owns the Riddick series. Actually, no. Vin Diesel owns the Riddick series. He actually traded his appearance fee for Fast and Furious Tokyo Drift to get the rights to Riddick back. In fact, he's working on another Riddick movie, I think, after he finishes the Fast and the Furious, although I don't know. I don't know if they should do that yet. Has there any word on Die Hard 6? No. The Die Hard prequel they wanted to do was canceled. And probably for the best, to be honest with you. Probably for the best. All right. So the last thing I want to talk about today, right? This is the last thing I want to dive into. And then we'll take a couple quick calls in the voicemail line, 323-305-4101. Feel free to call and leave a quick 30-second message. I can answer it. But this is what the wokies, the anti-wokies, are going to be mad about today. And that, of course, is Star Trek PICARD 2, or Season 2, we'll see Q turn America fascist in a not-so-subtle attempt at political commentary, you guys. Everything, right? Everything. Keep politics out of my pop culture. Keep politics out. But then they have Alex Jones on and suck his dick for 2 fucking hours, right? That's but anyway here. So what we know about this essentially is that in the new show, right, what's going to happen here is Q is going to go back in time and basically transform the Federation into a fascist power that rules over Earth. And it's going to be up to Picard and the team to go back in time and to save the fucking day. That's what it is, right? And they're pulling from like current political narratives and you know, whatever. All right. You know what? Here's the fucking thing. A Voyage Home dealt a lot with global, you know, with the fucking whales and shit. That was a fucking Greenpeace fucking movie. First Contact dealt with fucking time travel. Star Trek is secular on the time, right? This is like so stupid, right? It's so stupid to get mad about this. Star Trek Picard Season 2, is this going to make it political? Fuck, man. Like, seriously. It's just like, what the fuck? Did any of these idiots actually watch Star Trek? Like fucking the 2 time travel movies that they fucking have? I mean, Jesus Christ. It's not like it's that fucking difficult to understand the concept of what the hell those movies are about. You know, I mean, it's like, look, Picard Season 1, I lost interest in, all right? Now, but bringing back Q, John Delancey, man, fucking Discord from My Little Pony. Don't ask me how I know that. I want to see it. I want to see what's going on with that shit. I think that's interesting. Fucking alt history crap is interesting, man. Going back in time and changing the timeline, and then they have to go back and it gives them something to do. It's something fascinating and shit. Lord Slug here says Picard will go back in time and stop Charpo from getting Trump elected with Gamergate. Yeah, I've been accused of that. You know, I mean, like, no, it says here, nope, they never watched it. No, they never did. They never fucking did. Tony here says Star Trek has always been political and they're just now getting that. I know, right? I know. I'm just saying, it's How do I know that? I watched a documentary on bronies like back in 2013, I think. There was a couple of them that came out. I saw them both because I was they emailed me and they're like, "Hey, do you want a screener?" I'm like, "All right, I'll watch them." All I'm saying is just it's the stupidest fucking shit. Yes, I agree with John here. Star Trek has a ton of politics in it. Spherical Man here says Star Trek is becoming woke. It's always been woke. Someone told me the other night I said that, and someone's like, "You don't understand Star Trek if you think it's been woke." I'm all like, "Really, bitch? Do you not like pay attention to the world that Roddenberry created? Never mind the fact that he was like a devout atheist anyway." Like, Jesus Christ. I swear to God, these people, they don't actually understand like anything that they watch. Like, they wait for like Ben Shapiro and fucking Steve Bannon to give them their goddamn marching orders. It's so, Jess here says, I can't wait for them to criticize Transformers for gay robots. I mean, they're not even real. Like, they're trans. I'm just saying, it's like, I'm telling you, like, Optimus Prime could be like Optimus Prima. You know what I mean? Like, it's just like, all he has to do is just like, any to an Audi. Or an Audi to an any, whatever it is they want to do. It's not a big deal at all. It's so stupid, though, you guys. It's so stupid. I mean, look, this sounds interesting. This makes it sound fucking interesting. This actually makes it sound interesting, right? Them complaining about it makes me want to watch it. That's the thing. And it's not even like a fucking ironic thing, like fuck them out of spite. No, it literally is. Makes me want to watch it because it's like, that sounds kind of cool. You know what I mean? Like, remember Man of the High Castle? Like, what if the Nazis won the war and there's like 4 seasons and a really cool, interesting alt history show? This is going to then like go back and make Star Trek like alt history of Star Trek. That's pretty fucking cool. Like, but my God, like the cognitive dissonance that these people go through on a daily basis is insane. Like, I really honestly wonder how they operate and function in real life. It is so weird. This was sent to me today and I was like beating my head against the wall. It was so fucking stupid. Absolutely ridiculously dumb. But it's kind of, guys, I'm sorry. It's what do you expect? You know what I mean? Like, what do you fucking expect from these people? It's we've learned they don't actually care. They don't actually give a shit because they don't know anything. They don't fucking know anything. They're just going to sit there and whine and cry and seethe and cope and everything else. Oh, why does my life suck? Why does everyone hate me? Why is everything so political? By the way, did you hear like Donald Trump is running again in 2024? Oh my God, you guys, it's amazing. Anyway. All right. That's what I wanted to talk about that one there. So why don't I'll do about 10 more minutes or whatnot. We'll get to a couple voicemails and stuff. Hold on here. Andrew with $10. Thank you, buddy. What if the next Fast and Furious does feature Paul Walker role, but in order to save money, they just cast a severe burn victim? Fuck, dude. Oh, that's mean. That is mean. That's fucking mean. Jesus Christ. All right, hold on a second. Let me bring this up here. All right. Okay. And cool. All right. Voicemail. I have to do that to make sure that you guys don't see the numbers so I don't dox anybody. But that being said, there's a quick $10 here from McLeod. Thank you, buddy. Does anyone remember the Far Beyond the Stars episode of DS9? Trek has always been progressive and has dealt a lot with social commentary with each decade of each series. I actually am not a DS9 fan, so I don't know that episode personally. I never got into it as a kid. Maybe as an adult I need to. You know why? Because it was kind of political and I was not into it when I was a teenager. But then again, I emotionally matured. So there's that. All right. Thank you for that one, buddy. All right, man, I can't get to it today, buddy. I gotta try to keep it on schedule here. I want to wrap up in the next 10 minutes. You got to hit me with this earlier in the episode. I already said I want to end it early. I'm sorry. I'll get to it tomorrow. I'll log it. I'm not ducking you or nothing like that, command unit. It's really just, I want to keep it on point. And so, we might have to scale back the Warhammer to maybe like, I don't know, like Fridays, Thursdays, nights or something like that towards the end of the week, just to keep things on point. There's a lot going on, but thank you, buddy. I appreciate that. I will definitely, check it out though. So, all right, let's get into the, all right. Okay. So we got this one here, from 443 area code. Let's see if you guys can hear this. Okay.
Hey Matt, how's it going? I'm just more or less dropping a comment, and you've probably heard this before, but since we've been talking about the Phantom Menace a lot lately, it's so fucking funny how your commentary on Mecha Random caused them to turn on her. Just, you know. All right. Bye, dude.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of funny. They did, but I think they were looking for a reason to get rid of her, to be honest with you. But I thank you for that one, man. All right. This one here is coming in from 484. It's a little bit longer, but I think it's an interesting one to talk about.
Hey, bro. In regards to the rabbit hole you were talking about, it's not necessarily you. It's, when you talk about the Phantom Menace, and then you got RJ making the same video, Saggy making the same video, Max making the same video, and everyone is like basically doing the same story, and they're just rehashing it, and then they'll all come on your live stream, or you'll go on their live stream, all talk about it, and then go to your own live stream, talk about it, and it turns into like a whole 3-day thing, and that's where it kind of gets old. Like I can deal with it here and there, but yeah, like you said, I like to talk good about movies. I want to look forward to something, not just hate on everything, and in a way, you are kind of becoming what you hate, and I guess it sucks, but it makes you views and get you out there. But yeah, it does get old, Just let you know. Yeah, I don't expect this to go out in there, but I know you listen to this, so you can hear it from someone's voice.
All right, thank you very much. Thank you very much. I did put out a video the other night after the Alex Jones thing. I was just kind of done with it. Like it's a lot there. Like I vehemently despise the Phantom Menace. They hate me. It's kind of a hate relationship, and that's great. I don't mind calling them out, like we just talked about the PICARD thing. But I don't want to spend every stream doing that. I don't want to. Last week was like a Doomcock video, a Ryan Kennel video, the Jones thing. It was just like non-stop. And he's right. If Max talks about it, RJ talks about it, Saggy talks about it, and not just the other people, Enosh, people in this circle, you guys hear it constantly from different channels. And I understand the concept of wanting to get other people's attention, right? Or other people's opinions and see how it goes. But after a while, it just becomes too much. And you kind of go down that rabbit hole. So there's that. All right, let's see here. Let's take a look here. This is coming in from the 443 area code.
Hey, Matt, how's it going? I just wanted to get your take on the new KOTOR remake, and if you plan on playing it. All right. Thanks, Matt.
All right. I think that was, so the KOTOR is something that I definitely want. I remember getting it July 2003 when it came out. I remember loving the ever loving hell out of it. And like all of my friends who were like, not even like, big into RPGs or Star Wars, like they all got KOTOR and they all loved KOTOR. And then we got where we were kind of left hanging after KOTOR 2. And everyone's wanted KOTOR 3. Everyone's been really excited for KOTOR 3, but unfortunately we didn't really get it, so maybe this will lead into remaking KOTOR 2. And then maybe if those are successful enough, they'll be like, let's continue KOTOR 3. But you know what this really tells me though? Is that I think Revan is coming to fucking live action. I think Revan is coming to live action. I think this is the first tease of it, because in the Rise of Skywalker art book, right? They actually referenced Revan. And then here it is, like, well, almost 2 years later, we have the Knights of the Old Republic remake. I mean, like, come on. Nothing is coincidental when it comes to Disney and fucking money. Absolutely there. So there's that. All right. Andrew here, it says, $5, but thank you, buddy. Hey, it's me, Paul Walker. Wait, why are you all crying? Guys. Yeah, I know. That'd be pretty funny. Thank you for that one. All right. This is coming in from the 702 area code.
What's up, Jarbo? It's RJ here. Just want to know what you think of Hailee Steinfeld as an actress. Personally, I think she's quite captivating. All right, peace, man. Thanks for a great show tonight.
Hi, RJ. I forgot that was your number. I actually know it. Yeah, man. I've liked her since I first saw her in True Grit back in 11 years ago. And I'm looking forward to seeing her in this. I like her in Ender's Game quite a bit. I didn't see the Dickinson show because I don't have Apple Plus, and no one I know has Apple Plus. No one I know talks about Apple Plus TV. And but ultimately, I want to see what they do with this. I've always enjoyed her. I know you like her, buddy. All right, I know you're really excited and that's great. You guys are like similar ages, so it's like if I was to make a comment like it would be creepy because I'm like almost double her age. But no, I think she's a fine actress, and I'm excited to see what happens with that. All right, let's see. Okay, this is coming in from Daniel.
Yes, this is Daniel. I just wanted to ask you, I used to live up in the Pacific Northwest. I left about 2012 and moved to Southern California. And my favorite place at the time was the Science Fiction Museum by the Space Needle. I heard they added a horror section now, and I was just wondering if that was the case. And if you had been there, and also that they have at the time they had a music section too. And another question about this China thing. When did China start getting so strict again? Because I thought in the 90s they really opened themselves up to private industry, and that's when all these companies started coming out of China. So when did they start to relock back down again? Anyway, talk to you later. Bye.
Thanks for that, Daniel. I haven't been to that place in the Space Needle. I haven't actually been to the Space Needle in a number of years. Every time I go to Seattle, I'm usually like, what I normally do is I park on the outskirts of town. I take the tram the subway into town, and I go to my location. Plus, ever since COVID, I haven't really been up there, so I haven't seen it. But next time I go up there, I'll try to check it out because I do want to go to Seattle. Like Seattle's a beautiful city. I could never afford to live there, but I'm only an hour away. It's not that bad. And then as for China, under Xi Jinping, like he started getting, when he basically voted him, like he basically made it a couple years ago to where he's going to be president for life. And Trump said nothing, right? Our administration at the time said nothing, no formal pushback, no formal criticism, entered into a ridiculously dumb trade war that we ultimately had to spend billions of dollars to bail out the farmers and shit. All because Trump is like one of the worst businessmen on the planet. I mean, it's just bad. And so as a result of that, a part of the authoritarianism that's coming out of China has ramped up under Xi Jinping because of the ineptitude of the previous president. That's a factor of it in my mind, at least. And yeah, I mean, the thing is, look at the Hong Kong revolution. Everyone outside of Hong Kong was like, fucking free Hong Kong. You know, people in Hong Kong were like, free Hong Kong and shit. And then it was like silence from our government, you know, like the one power that could stand up to them and just be like, yay, chill, motherfucker. Nothing, silence, right? Silence. Well, here's the thing. What would criticism have done? We could have done sanctions. We could have done something, right? There's power there. There's governmental power through the executive branch that the president has to put pressure onto China. Instead, we rolled over during that trade war and basically gave them whatever they wanted. We cut off soybean production, like soybean sales to Russia or to China, which then Russia was able to come on in and fill. So whatever money we were getting from China on that front was like, you know, now gone. And then that's going to Russia, which is, you know, like another one of our enemies. It's like, it's the stupidest fucking shit. It's the stupidest shit. Anyway, I'm not trying to get too political. I appreciate that. All right. Let's see here. John.
Hey, it's John from Vegas. I shipping something to you for free. And then just double checking if the P.O. box is still a good address. Thanks. Bye.
Hey, John. Yeah, my P.O. box is still a good address. I have it here listed. It's in the video description. That is P.O. Box 13064, Olympia, Washington 98508. That is P.O. Box 13064, Olympia, Washington 98508. And yeah, it's still good. I know Ryan Hartwell has sent me something. I couldn't go today because it was Sunday and they were closed, but I can go tomorrow and check it out. So thank you very much for that one. All right. So I don't comment on how disastrous Biden is doing because Biden's not being even look, the Afghanistan thing was not handled as well as it could have been. But then again, he followed through on something that the previous administration had done. And he decided to take the hard route and end the endless war. It was never going to be good. And there was so much misinformation that came out about that thing where it's still like, I give him the benefit of the doubt more than anything else. All right. Disastrous, my ass. We're actually doing a lot better. You know, but I do hold on. Slicker here says, I think it's better to say our government of presidents because the two-party system is only in place to divide. It dates everything. People talk Reagan and stuff. And you're like, okay, boomer. And well, no, I'll mention Reagan, and I'll mention the disastrous trickle-down economics policy that we're still feeling, how bad that was, but yeah, you're right. Okay, let's see here. Now Biden needs to pull out of Iraq, Syria, Libya, and Africa. Yeah, we need to fucking also, maybe like slap Saudi Arabia around a little bit too. 20 years, 9/11, Saudi nationals did it. And we're still fucking allies with them, but that's sorry. All right. And here is the last one that we're going to get to tonight. This is coming in from the 323 area code.
Hey, man, this is Shadow Guru right here. I just want to comment real quick on the whole Marvel slate thing, which I'm excited for all the movies, like, don't get me wrong, but I don't know, I kind of feel that 4 movies is really pushing it, at least for me, and especially for that one slate where there's like a movie like in October or November, and they're like only like 4 weeks apart. Like even if they are good, which I'm sure they will be, I do kind of feel like at that point you're kind of suffocating your own audience, which I don't know. At least to me, it's a little bit concerning. Hey, too much of a good thing can be bad at times, and I just want space between releases. That's really my main concern. I'm sure they're gonna be good, but yeah, I just saw that. I'm like, yikes. But anyways, hope you have a good night, and yeah, see you, man.
No, thanks a lot, man. Yeah. I think for me, it's like, I mostly go see those kind of movies in theaters. Like cause that's what I have time for. So it doesn't bother me as much, but yeah, but that 1 month difference, I don't know why. That's gotta be a reason, that has gotta be a very, very large reason for that. And then again, also things are subject to change. Right. So things are absolutely subject to change. So we never really know what's going to happen, but with any luck, we're going to be able to find out more. And then who knows, it could be so cool that by the time it happens, we'll be like, yeah, bring it on, rah, 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 You never know. But thank you very much for that. I appreciate it, buddy. H-Bar's here with $2 says China needs Hu Jintao back. Who? Anyway, all right. So I think on that note, guys, I am going to wind it down because it's hour 43 here, and I'm trying to keep it a little bit shorter so I can, save my energy and come back and nail this stuff out of the park tomorrow. Let's see here. Slickrick asking, are you seeing Venom 2 day one? Yeah, 100%. I saw the first Venom day one, and I really liked it, and so I'm excited to see what this one does. Mike here asks, I heard Shatner is returning in a future Star Trek movie. I heard he announced it at Dragon Con. I didn't hear that. I don't think Shatner's like almost fucking 90, dude. Or he is 90 or some shit. I don't think he's coming back in. He was out in 96 with Generations. Like, he was done. Austin here, it says, been watching in the background. Great show. Learned a lot as always. I will say the benefit of Marvel not showing in China means we could finally see Mephisto. Am I right? Yeah. How much you want to bet that Ralph Boner was fucking Mephisto and they were just messing with us this whole time? But I don't know. I think they're gonna give us Mephisto, but just above a different name when that will get around the Chinese censors. But if China's locking it down, man, ain't nothing you could do. I don't know. McLeod here with 10 Canadian again. Thank you, buddy. Really appreciate that. It says, can you imagine at a future viewing of KOTOR remake at a E3/D Expo where they show off a cinematic of Darth Revan taking off his mask and as Keanu Reeves, just like his reveal with Cyberpunk 2077? Everyone in the audience would yell out, "You're beautiful!" like in unison. They would yell it out in unison and it would be glorious. But I think after the disastrous display of Cyberpunk 2077, I think Keanu might be like, I think he's okay. I mean, he wasn't the problem. Like, no one criticized Johnny Silverhand from that movie, from that game. So I think it's going to be it would be cool to see nonetheless, though. If they made it, if the character that you, because remember, if you can play as, I don't want to spoil it. I don't want to spoil Revan, but I don't want to say it. It's been 20 years almost. Like, I should be able to spoil it, but ultimately, if you haven't played it because it's a new thing, I don't want to spoil it. But if I I can't say, I don't know how to say it without spoiling it. I'm just not going to spoil it. But yeah, that'd be cool as hell, man. If it was Keanu. So, all right. Let's see here. Yeah, Darth Revan. That'd be great. Everyone wants him as Revan. I know. Hey man, maybe that's what Feige's movie is. Feige's been trying to find a way to work with Keanu for a while, and maybe that's what Feige wants to do. We've kind of talked about that a little bit. Maybe it's like, possibly KOTOR, because there was a rumor that Dan and Dave from Game of Thrones, they wanted to go to KOTOR. That's something that I heard. But I think the High Republic is going to be where things are. So I wouldn't be surprised, and this is a hot take, and this is just a speculation. I don't fucking know, you guys. But what if KOTOR is, one of the things they're doing is they're altering that 4,000 years before the OT or the prequel trilogy, before the Phantom Menace. What if it takes place 200 years before the Phantom Menace? What if it takes place during the High Republic? That would be something. That would be great. That would, I don't know if I want to say that'd be great. People would lose their shit, and not in a good way. But as always, I want to talk Star Wars with you guys all night long. I think it'd be great. Slick Rick here real quick. It says, oh my God, KOTOR and KOTOR 2, building your saber and enjoy it with our young generation of gamers. Hell yeah. I will say this real quick. Look, say what you will about Disney marketing. Okay. And there's a lot to say about like Disney and branding and money and all that, right? One of the coolest things that they ever fucking did was at Savvy's like lightsaber shop or whatever the hell it is in Galaxy's Edge. You can actually, so you go in and it's like this private, like this thing, and it's all, you get to build your saber. But if you had played Jedi Fallen Order and you had a specific hilt you liked in Jedi Fallen Order, you can recreate that motherfucker at Galaxy's Edge. Or vice versa. So if you went to Galaxy's Edge before getting Jedi Fallen Order and you built your hilt, you can go and find the parts in Jedi Fallen Order and recreate your Galaxy's Edge lightsaber. I mean, that's cool as shit. Like, and that was something they didn't even drop on anybody until Fallen Order came out in the fall of 2019, and people just figured it out. So that is crazy, man. That is going to be crazy. Let's see here. Ultimate Stan Lee fan, or Ultimate Marvel Stan, says Stan Lee advocated giving fans more comic book titles than they could handle. He wanted to give fans more than they want instead of less. Well, flooding the market with comics is a lot cheaper than flooding the market with movies that are a couple $100 million. So there's that. Mike here says, how about those sportscasters? Fuck. I don't watch sports. Do you see how rotund I am? Do you think I engage in sports? Oh, wait. No, I know. But all right, guys, on that note, I am going to go. My voice is starting to go, but thank you all so much. I really appreciate everybody being here. Have yourself a great night. I'll be back tomorrow night, another episode. If you want, find me over on Twitter at mjarbo or Instagram at the real Matt Jarbo, or just real Matt Jarbo. And then send me your stories and we will talk about things tomorrow. Again, thank you all so much. Have yourself a great night and peace the hell out.